Welcome to Centinela de Cristo.
Blessings, this is Pastor Luis Luciano from Oklahoma. Thursday, October 16. Beyond the Jordan. He turned the sea into dry land. They went through the river on foot. There we will rejoice with him. Psalm chapter 66, verse 6. Both the crossing of the Red Sea and the Jordan are markers of a new era in biblical history, and both carry symbolic significance. See Psalm chapter 66, verse 6, and Psalm 114, 1 through 7, and 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 6 to 15. Already in the Old Testament, there are texts that link the two crossing events and recognize a meaning, which points beyond the original settings. In Psalms chapter 66, the psalmist celebrated God's redemptive act in his life, also found in Psalms chapter 66, verse 16 to 19, by referring to the historical examples of the crossing of the Red Sea and of the Jordan. Psalm chapter 114 also ties the two events together, not because the author did not see a chronological difference between them, but because to the theological significance that the two crossings share. Thus, both events are seen as contributing to a change in Israel's status, once from slavery to freedom, then from nomadic landlessness to nationhood. In these Psalms, the examples of the two crossings illustrate the change in status of the author from oppression, poverty, helplessness, and humiliation to safety, well-being, salvation, and dignity. It is also by the Jordan that Elijah's translation takes place, in the context of a similar miracle to the one recorded in Joshua. For Elijah, the crossing brought the most significant status change in his life. He was taken to heaven. For Elijah, the change is also important. The prophet's assistant, 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 21, becomes the prophet of the nation, found in 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 22. Read Matthew chapter 3, verses 16 to 17, and Mark chapter 1, verse 9. How do these writers of the New Testament imply a symbolic, spiritual meaning of the Jordan River? The earthly ministry of Jesus as the representative of Israel follows the pattern of the history of ancient Israel. Jesus undergoes the Red Sea and Jordan experiences. He is called out of Egypt after a death decree. Matthew chapter 2, verse 14 to 16. Spends 40 days in the wilderness, according to Matthew 4, verse 2. Similar to the ancient Israel's 40 years. And as a transition from his private life to his public ministry, he is baptized in the Jordan, found in Matthew chapter 3, verse 16 to 17, and also in Mark chapter 1, verse 9. Later, Hebrews chapter 3 and 4 recognizes the symbolic significance of the crossing of the Jordan and presents the entrance into Canaan as foreshadowing the rest of grace that Christians enter through faith.